still think you ought to move. I think it's best that you do move.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying you can play with all the clips as much as you want, but it's not fact right now that nobody admits there's gangs in Charlotte.
Well, I know. I just like to sort of make out that it is shocking in sort of a mock, sarcastic tone, since for so long I took flack from so many people in Charlotte, uptown, crowd, police chiefs, mayors, everybody else on whether there was a gang problem in Charlotte or not. And while they're all sitting over there snoozing, the gangbangers are coming here from all over the place, coming from California, right? You documented that.
Correct. We went to L.A., and we showed how Hispanic gangs are moving to the...
Yeah, and where are these MS-13 guys from? Aren't a lot of them from... I mean, these aren't born and raised Charlotte natives necessarily, are they?
Some are from California, some straight from El Salvador.
Okay, well, so maybe if people were listening at the time, maybe if police chiefs were listening and willing to deal in reality at the time... Maybe things wouldn't be quite so bad. You know, when you're around the house and you see those cockroaches and you want to say, nah, I don't really have cockroach problem. No real need to. When you suspect some termites, nah, I don't really have any need. If you want to kid yourself and tell yourself it's not there, well, then what do? They get in and they grow and they expand and more. And next thing you know, you have an infestation, and that's what we have. We have a gang infestation in Charlotte. Am I wrong?
There are definitely gangs all over Charlotte in every part of the county, Mecklenburg County, and all counties surrounding. There's no doubt about that. I'm making the point when you play that now. Go ahead. You can. Oh, I thought you were going to go hit it again.
No.
Is that people do admit there are gangs.
Hyping it up like you seem to do.
Play with it all you want, as long as you know that it's no longer applicable. People do say that now, but there are gangs here, and there is a conscientious effort to try and combat it, whether or not that conscientious effort is too late. Or later than it should have been.
Well, but whether it's too late is still relevant. You know, it is still relevant. Maybe if Darrell Stevens had been willing to call Killingsworth years ago, we wouldn't have the magnitude. Well, I'm speaking metaphorically.
Yeah, I got that. Thanks.
All right, who's the guy on trial today?
His name is Alejandro Enrique Ramirez Umana.
And?
He's also known as the Wizard.
The Wizard?
Mm-hmm.
He's known as the Magical Wizard? Is the Wizard magical? What kind of wizard is he? Is he a good wizard or a bad wizard?
I would suggest that they would say he's a pretty bad wizard.
Is he a wizard who will serve if the wizard is a wizard? Is he? He's known as the Wizard.
He's known as the Wizard. He's one of the leaders, if not the leader. I mean, he's a bad guy. He's a big guy in the group.
So he's the guy. He's the guy behind the curtain.
He's the Wizard.
Don't not pay no attention to the guy behind the curtain, but he's the real wizard. So this is a ringleader kind of guy.
Yep, he's a big ranking.
And what's he charged with?
2 counts of murder, killing 2 brothers up in Greensboro, among other things. There's some drug charges, racketeering, of course, and you have all the weapons charges. But the main things are the double counts of murder, and he could get death for it.
And do they have, the last time they had a bunch of these guys on trial uptown, they had all the security and the counter snipers and the tents and all of that?
Yeah, I don't know if they do because it's only one. I haven't been uptown today. I do know that they had the jury selected weeks ago, and so this morning was opening statements. We weren't going to mess around with having to pick the jury. That had been decided. So today was just this one guy's brought in. He's been staying in Mecklenburg County Jail. FBI is involved, and they certainly have a big effort at transporting him in and getting him into court in Center City, but I don't know if they had snipers on the roof like they did last time.
Now, here's why what the police said about an aspect of crime in Charlotte a while back,
hyping it up like you seem to do,
is still relevant today. We have a police chief today who says that crime is down. And they come up with they do all kinds of figuring, statisticizing, calculating, all kinds of ciphering, carrying over the 06 and all of that kind of stuff. They do all kinds they're fantastic with numbers and manipulation to try to make it look like, well, maybe crime is down over there, or maybe crime's not so bad over here. They do all this kind of stuff, and then, Rodney Monroe, the police chief, and Raymond J. Tarasovic, the assistant chief, the mini Rodney, and Rob Tefano, the chief spokesperson flack for Rodney Monroe, and chief umbrella holder. And I'm told that Rob got promoted to driver. I'm told that he's now... Yeah. Have you seen him driving? Chief Monroe, or no?
Mm-mm.
I've had people tell me that he's been promoted to driver. Rob Tafano. Does he wear a little cap? He gets, he's moving up the manservant rank ladder over there at CMPD. So Rodney Monroe, the chief, says crime is down. And all the city council people, oh, no, we trust Rodney Monroe no matter what's going on. College degree, Marcus Jackson, anything at all. People giving him answers to the state test. No, we trust him. Crime is down. Doesn't matter what's going on. Crime is down. Except, what if crime isn't so much down? And this survey comes out, Neighbors for a Safer Charlotte. They've done a survey, surveyed 500 people. 80% of them say that what they feel, what their experience is that crime is either no better or has actually gotten worse over the past couple of years. This is what the Neighbors for a Safer Charlotte say. And in fact, on your show the other night, didn't you have like 56% increase in murder this year versus last already?
The numbers that police released last week were an increase in homicides this year to last year, and an increase in, I'm going to get this wrong, I think it was assaults. I could be wrong on that. I can't be held, I don't know about that. But everything else they said was down, and that arsons were even.
Here's a tip. Watch crime in categories where the statistics are very difficult to manipulate. In other words, if a person's murdered, they're murdered. If a person is assaulted, they're assaulted. Okay? As opposed to, if a bunch of houses are broken into in a neighborhood or a bunch of cars are broken into in one shopping center, can those all be grouped and reported as one crime? Or if multiple incidents can be grouped and reported as one crime. You see what I'm saying? That's why, shockingly, murder is up. Well, you can't consolidate this dead body with that dead body. You know what I mean? So keep an eye on that and see what's really going on with crime in Charlotte. But it's all better. Really, well, there's no more crime in Charlotte.
Those numbers that I saw last week.
There is no more crime.
Those numbers I saw last week were released from police, and they said, here are the numbers for March. End of March from 2009 to end of March 2010.
Well, I mean, those are the facts, and that's my point. They can't manipulate how many people were killed.
No, a body is a body.
A body is a body. They can't group that in any other way. They can't do anything else with that or about that. They can't conjure up ways to maybe get people to not report certain incidents as certain incidents. Which, I'm just saying, you know, if the person's been shot, if a body's there, it's there. There is no way to not report that or make it out like it didn't happen, correct?
Correct for
if a body's there, it's there.
No, if a body is a body, it's a body. That's pretty hard to hide. But I'm getting online to see what they have.
Am I ranting too much? I know you don't want to get too close to the.
Well, I don't know the numbers as well. I just saw a release from CMPD. That's what I'm trying to find. Mm-hmm. Why CMPD.org doesn't come up on your computer?
I thought it was all better.
But I know they have the numbers listed on its own website, so I'd like to see what the other thing was that was up. If it was something that you're saying you cannot hide behind or cover up or whatever. If it
you can't cover up a murder.
Correct. There's another thing that there was, I don't know if it was assaults or robberies or break-ins or what, and I want to see what the other category was that jumped up. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Hey, Mark, you're on WBT.
I just wanted to relay an experience I had to you this past week with CMPD and their crime reporting. My house was attempted to be broke into. I had a gentleman trying to kick in the front door, and CMPD listed it and would only report it as a false alarm because nothing was actually stolen from the house. And on subsequent calls from neighbors reporting the same activity, all they recorded that is to check the welfare of, and just tied it back to the original false alarm call. And with my alarm company coming out and verifying that no, it was not a false alarm, the door actually had to be moved this much in order for the alarm to be triggered, they still listed it as a false alarm.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways that you can work to manage numbers, and that's not the fault of individual police officers. An officer who comes out to take a report, I mean, he's reporting, he's doing whatever it is that he's been counseled to do. So, did you find it, the one you were looking for?
Well, I can't because it doesn't come up on your computer. CMPD.org does not come up on this computer.
Well, we've got a whole new filter screening thing. We do. I can't even get WBTV to come up.
I know. I actually just tried this. And access blocked. So. I want to see the numbers. I want to see what other category was up year to year or month to month, comparatively speaking. And I don't know off the top of my head.
I was trying to get the week that was that we did this last Friday night on your show so that I could send it to Angela, but I couldn't pull it up.
I just sent it to Angela.
So you got it?
I just sent it to her.
Okay, good. Did you use the turkey baster?
No.
Over the weekend?
I didn't touch the turkey
that I gave you for the...
I didn't touch it after you told me where
we were talking about the pollen and the allergies and the neti pot, and we had one of the neti pot demonstration videos on Molly's show the week that was.